Hey there, fellow. Breaking news that directly affects your wallet. Social Security has just released their February 2025 payment schedule, and there are some important changes you need to be aware of. If you're wondering when exactly your check will arrive and how much you'll receive, you're in the right place. Before we dive into all the details, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on crucial Social Security updates and financial tips that could put more money in your pocket. Now, let's get into what you can expect for February 2025. I know many of you have been anxiously waiting for this information, especially after the recent cost of living adjustment announcements. Whether you're receiving retirement benefits, disability benefits, or SSI payments, understanding the exact dates of your payments is crucial for managing your monthly budget. Trust me, with the recent economic changes we've seen, every penny counts. Let's start with the biggest question on everyone's mind. When exactly will payments be distributed in February 2025? The Social Security Administration has confirmed that the payment schedule will follow their traditional pattern, but with some specific dates you need to mark on your calendar. For those of you who receive Social Security retirement benefits, your payment date is determined by your birth date, and I'll break this down in detail. If your birthday falls between the 1st and 10th of any month, your Social Security payment will be deposited on Wednesday, February 12th, 2025. For those born between the 11th and 20th, expect your payment on Wednesday, February 19th, 2025. And if your birthday is between the 21st and 31st, your payment will arrive on Wednesday, February 26th, 2025. But what about SSI recipients? Here's where things get interesting for February 2025. Since February 1st falls on a Saturday, SSI payments that would normally go out on the 1st will actually be distributed on Friday, January 31st, 2025. This is crucial information for those who rely on SSI payments for their monthly expenses. Additionally, if you're receiving both SSI and regular Social Security benefits, you need to pay special attention because you'll be getting payments on different dates, which could affect your budgeting and cash flow management. Now, you might be wondering about direct deposit times. This is a great question and one I get asked frequently in the comments. The Social Security Administration typically deposits payments at midnight on your scheduled date. However, the exact time you see the money in your account can vary depending on your bank's processing times. Some banks make the funds available immediately after midnight, while others might take a few hours to process the deposit. It's always a good idea to check with your bank if you have concerns about when the funds will be available. Let's talk about something that's been causing some confusion lately: holiday schedules. February 2025 includes President's Day on Monday, February 17th. How does this affect your payment schedule? The good news is that the Social Security Administration has already factored this federal holiday into their payment schedule, so the dates I mentioned earlier already account for this holiday. You won't experience any delays due to President's Day. However, here's something important you need to know. If you're new to Social Security benefits or if you've recently changed your payment method, your first payment might arrive on a different schedule. The Social Security Administration sometimes needs additional processing time for new beneficiaries or payment method changes. If this applies to you, I recommend calling the Social Security Administration directly or checking your My Social Security account online for your specific payment date. Speaking of online accounts, have you set up your Social Security account yet? If not, you're missing out on a valuable tool. Through this account, you can verify your payment dates, check your benefit amount, and even get instant benefit verification letters. It's especially useful during months like February when payment dates might be affected by holidays or weekends. Let's address another common concern. What happens if your payment doesn't arrive on the scheduled date? First, don't panic. While the Social Security Administration has a stellar track record for on-time payments, occasional delays can happen. If you haven't received your payment by the end of your scheduled payment day, contact your bank first to ensure there aren't any issues on their end. If your bank confirms they haven't received the payment, then it's time to contact the Social Security Administration. Now, here's something many people don't realize about February 2025 payments. They will reflect the full cost of living adjustment, COLA, that was implemented at the beginning of 2025. This means your February payment might be different from what you received in previous months. The COLA increase was designed to help beneficiaries keep up with inflation, and it is important to adjust your budget ACC accordingly. But what about those of you who receive paper checks instead of direct deposit? While the Social Security Administration strongly encourages direct deposit for security and efficiency reasons, they still mail paper checks to some beneficiaries. If you receive paper checks, you should expect them to arrive on or shortly after your scheduled payment date. However, keep in mind that mail delivery can be unpredictable, especially during winter months when weather can cause delays. Here's a crucial tip that many people overlook. If you're planning any major purchases or financial commitments in February 2025, make sure to schedule them after your guaranteed payment date. This is just good financial planning and helps avoid any potential stress or complications if there are unexpected delays in the payment system. Let's talk about something that's been causing some anxiety in our community. What happens if you need to contact the Social Security Administration about your February payment? The best times to call are early in the morning or late in the afternoon, Wednesday through Friday. These are typically the least busy times, and you're more likely to get through to a representative quickly. Remember to have your Social Security number and any relevant documentation ready before you call. Now, you might be wondering about any special considerations for February 2025. One important thing to note is that 2025 is not a leap year, so February will have the standard 28 days. This means the payment schedule won't be affected by any leap year considerations, unlike what we experienced in 2024. For those of you who receive benefits for children or dependents, the February payment schedule remains the same as for other beneficiaries. However, if you've had any changes in your dependent status, make sure to report these to the Social Security Administration well before February to ensure your payment amount is correct. Here's something interesting that many people don't realize. The February 2025 payment schedule also affects how quickly certain changes to your benefits are processed. If you've recently reported changes to your income, address, or other important information, these changes are typically processed and reflected in your payments within 1 to 2 payment cycles. This means that if you reported changes in December 2024 or January 2025, you might see these updates reflected in your February payment. Let's address a question that's been coming up a lot lately. Will there be any changes to the way payments are processed in 2025? The Social Security Administration has announced that they're continuing to modernize their payment systems, but these updates won't affect the actual payment dates or methods in February 2025. However, they are encouraging more beneficiaries to use their online services and direct deposit to ensure the most efficient delivery of benefits. For those of you who are working while receiving benefits, February is an important month to keep track of your earnings. Remember, if you're under full retirement age and earning income above the annual limit, your benefits might be reduced. The earnings limit typically changes each year with the COLA adjustment, so make sure you're aware of the current limits and how they affect your benefits. Here's a practical tip for February 2025. Consider setting up automatic bill payments that align with your Social Security payment dates. This can help ensure your most important bills are paid on time while maintaining a comfortable cushion in your account. Just make sure to account for any processing times your bank might require. Something else to keep in mind for February 2025 is that it's a good time to review your benefit information and make sure everything is correct. Take a moment to verify your payment amount, check that your address is up to date if you receive paper checks, and ensure your direct deposit information is correct. It's much easier to prevent payment issues than to correct them after they occur. Let's talk about what to do if you're traveling in February 2025. If you'll be away from your usual address, make sure your banking and contact information is up to date. If you receive paper checks and will be away, consider setting up direct deposit before your trip. This ensures you'll receive your payment on time regardless of where you are. For those of you who help manage Social Security benefits for someone else as a representative pay, the February payment schedule applies the same way. However, make sure you're keeping good records of how the benefits are used, as the Social Security Administration may require an annual report of how funds were spent or saved. Here's something important that often gets overlooked. February is actually an excellent time to review your overall Social Security strategy. Are you maximizing your benefits? Have you explored all the benefits you might be eligible for? Taking a few minutes to review your situation could potentially increase your future payments. As we wrap up this detailed look at the February 2025 payment schedule, let me remind you of a few key points. First, mark your specific payment date on your calendar based on your birth date or SI status. Second, remember that President's Day won't affect your payment schedule. And third, keep in mind that your My Social Security account is your best resource for tracking and managing your benefits. Before we end, I want to remind you that staying informed about your Social Security benefits is crucial for maintaining your financial stability. If you found this information helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with anyone who might benefit from knowing the February 2025 payment schedule. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell to stay updated on all things Social Security and retirement planning. Have you experienced any issues with Social Security payments in the past? How do you manage your monthly budget around your payment dates? Share your experiences and tips in the comments below. Your insights might help other members of our community. Until next time, stay informed and financially secure.